All right, now let's move on to the next page. The next page is like a chart, okay, and we are actually moving into the next topic, heavy and light letters. I'm going to rotate this. So I'm going to rotate it because it's going clockwise, so I have to do it 3 times. Okay, here we go. So if you can see the chart now. So this chart represents the heavy and light letters. Okay, in Arabic, حروف التفخيم والترقيق. Tafkheem stands for heavy or rounded or full mouth. Okay, and Tarqeeq stands for light. Okay, thin. Okay, um, yeah. So that's what Tafkheem. Tafkheem is too heavy and Tarqiq is too light. That's how it is. Let me just maybe write it here. So I'll just make an arrow. So ترقيق or تفخيم. Okay. التفخيم تفخيم. Okay. التفخيم is the same as heavy. And الترقيق is light. Okay. Now, let us go through this chart one by one. Okay. Let me take this away now because oh no, I think I can just scroll it a little bit. There we go. Here we go. Okay. Okay, we can see this whole oh okay, we can see the whole chart now. Okay. So let us start from the left side of the chart. Okay, we're going from left to right. So we start from here. So let's follow this branch here. So types of Arabic letters considering their heaviness and lightness. The first branch is heavy letters. Okay, and what are those heavy letters? حروف التفخيم. They are خصة. You can memorize them like that. خصة ضغط قل. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. There are 7 letters. خصة ضغط قل. What are these letters? خ صاد ضاد غين طا قاف and ظا. These 7 letters, that's what these are. Okay. Now the second branch tells us that these are temporary heavy and light letters. Okay, so they are not permanent but temporary. Well, let's come to this branch after. Let's go to I'm going to take this one away for now. Okay, there we go. Take this away. Okay, let's do this branch here. So we did the heavy letters, خصال ضغط قذ, and the light letters. What are they? They are all letters other than these. Okay, خصال ضغط قذ. Okay, the ones in the middle are temporary. The rest of the letters here will be the light letters. So temporary, heavy, and light. Let's do the middle branch now. Okay. The first one is Ra. Ra can be heavy or Ra can be light. So we have to see the chart on page 12. So we have to go, we will do the letter Ra afterwards because we have to go to another chart. It says see chart on page 12. We will do it afterwards. But we let us know for now that Ra can be either heavy or light. Okay. Now the Alif Mad, the second sub branch of this thing here is Alif Mad. How does it transpire? Alif Mad. Okay, let's look at this branch here. If the preceding letter is heavy, Alif Mad should be pronounced heavy. For example, let us take one of these. Okay, let's take Kha. So I will write down a scenario. Kha, let's say, and this is your Alif. So if I put a Fatha here, okay, because Kha we know is heavy, and you have your Alif here. So the combination of Fatha and Alif will make this vowel stretch. So this becomes Alif, actually Alif Mad. Why? Because it's stretching the Kha Fatha. So this Kha Fatha, which is Kha, becomes Kha because of this Alif being added to Kha Fatha. So this is Alif Mad here. So if the preceding letter is heavy, Alif Mad, if the preceding letter, which is here, we know that this is heavy, we're getting it from here, from the heavy letters. Okay. So this is heavy, Kha is heavy, we know that. If the preceding letter is heavy, Alif Mad should be pronounced heavy. So what happens, what are we basically doing? We are just continuing the roundedness or the heaviness of Kha, and we stretch it for 2 beats. 2 beats. 2 harakat. 2 beats. Kha, kha. Okay, we're not saying kha, kha. No, we didn't change the heaviness. We continued with the heaviness. So therefore, Alif Mad is, in this scenario, if it is preceded by a heavy letter, it will continue its sound, its heaviness. Alif Mad should be pronounced heavy. Kha, like that. Okay. The other branch here, if the preceding letter is light, so let us take a light letter. So let's say one of the light letters would be, let's say, ta, 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 and let's add a fatha. Okay, so this will be only one haraka, ta. And if I add an alif, okay, so this causes the ta fatha to get stretched because this is alif mad. It is stretching the fatha, and it will be stretched for 2 beats. B-E-A-T-S, beats. Okay, now, but ta is flat. So what do we do? Ta with alif, ta, ta. This is very important because imagine if I take the scenario, like if I would have used, let's say, instead of ta, I'm going to write here. So let's write ta. I'm going to write this again here. Ta with a fatha. Ta. Imagine if I didn't make this flat or light and I made it heavier. What would happen to this then? This would sound like ta. Rather than saying ta, it would sound ta. when I do that, I have effectively replaced the ta with a ta. I can't do that. This is Quran. This is Kalam of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We cannot do these things. So this is why it is so important to preserve the flatness and the heaviness, or the roundedness and the lightness of the letters, to preserve it and not to change it at our will. We cannot. So if I um, take this away here. So we've done these two scenarios here. Alif mad being preceded by a flat letter will be read flat. Alif mad preceded by a rounded letter will be read rounded. Ta in this case and kha in this case. All right. Let's look at the other branch. Okay. Ghunna. Ghunna means nasal sound. For ikhfa haqiqi, ghunna al-ikhfa al-haqiqi, ghunnatul ikhfa al-haqiqi. Okay. We'll have again two scenarios. Whenever we make ghunna. Okay. Now this is, we didn't do this. Okay. This is in itself, like here is an involved topic. Inshallah, we will do it in the near future. Ikhfa means to hide the makhraj of noon and just do a nasal sound. Okay, gunnatul ikhfa, nasal sound. When we apply the rule of ikhfa, we have the rules of noon, sakin, and tanween that inshallah we'll be doing soon. And when we do the nasal sound, in that case, if the following letter is heavy, the gunna should be heavy, and inshallah we will discuss it. If the following letter is light, gunna should be light. Okay, so these are the two things. So now what is left basically to be discussed in detail? Okay, let's say, if I can, okay, is this one here, the raw. Okay, we will look at it in a bit more detail, because ra is one of those letters that can be either round or flat depending on the scenario, and we will look at it in more detail. And then ikhfa. Ikhfa we will look a little bit more in detail when we do the rules of noon, sakin, and tanween. Okay, so again, I guess I should make a circle here. Okay, now moving on to the last leg here, or the last branch here. Okay, pick up this color, this branch here. Lam in the exalted name of Allah. Actually, and yeah, we didn't do this yet. Oh, this is another simple one as well. We can do this one. Okay, so this one is not very complicated. Okay, harful lam fi lafzul jalala. So the lam in the name of Allah, okay, is known as lamul jalala. So you have the word Allah. Allah. Okay, and you have the tajdeed here, because Islam is also doubled here, and there is a fatha, and there is also an alif, or will be alif maqsura, or the shortened alif. But in the notation of the Mus'haf Madina that we are doing, okay, that alif maqsura is not shown, and Allah is written just with a fatha. Okay, so we have to be a little bit watchful. Okay, so you can have Allah and Allahumma. If the word Allah is preceded meaning the effective letter before it, if that preceding letter has a fatha or a dhamma, the lamul jalala, or lam of Allah, will be read rounded or heavy. Okay, like this. Like if I put a fatha here, it will be Allah, Allah, huwa Allah. Uh, and like this, we will look at some examples. And if the it's a fatha or dhamma, then lamul jalala will be rounded heavy. If the preceding letter has a kasra, then the lamul jalala will be flat, like Bismillah. Bismillah. Mim has a kasra, mi. Bismillah. We don't say Bismillah. Okay. A'udhu billah. Inna lillah. Okay. So we will get a lot of those examples. So lamul jalala, or the lam in the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if it is preceded by a kasra, it will be flat. Otherwise, if it is preceded by a fatha or a dhamma, then it will be rounded heavy. Okay. All right. Let us now look at some of the examples. We can look at the examples of okay, there's a lot of things here. Okay, let us look at the examples of rounded letters and the lamul jalala.